Alrighty, folks. Hello and welcome to Atlanta Motor Speedway. My name is John Theodore, streaming live at twitch.tv/John_A_Theodore. Recorded version of this broadcast at youtube.com/John Theodore. And thank you all very much for tuning in. We're going to be in the number 84 Corey Busch for Congress. 1987 Ford Thunderbird. This is a 163 lap race at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is the 1987 NASCAR Racing Series. Race Crown, how you doing? Welcome. So yeah, Corey is a Justice Democrat, brand new Congress candidate running for U.S. Congress in Missouri's 1st Congressional District. More information, and if you'd like to make a donation, at CoreyBusch.org. Right now, as we're recording this, there are only 6 days until the election. It's on Tuesday, August 4th. By the time this video hits YouTube, there will be 4 days until the election. So yeah, let's go get qualified. I believe we're sitting 6th in points right now. I think we've had top 10s every race to start the season in this one, so hopefully we can continue with another good finish tonight. Maybe get a top 5 would be nice. Maybe contend for the win, although I haven't felt like I've had winning pace yet. But if we get a long run, things play in our favor with strategy, you never know what can happen.
Green.
Only one qualifying lap. Got a little bit loose on me there through 1 and 2. Gets loose on landing, or at least I've felt like I get loose on landing in 1 and 2. There's some bumps there. Got loose on landing in 3 and 4. This is not going to be great. Yeah, 31.9, that ain't good. That's 6th quick. Not the slowest. There are only 9 who have put up time. 4/10 off of my teammates. Yeah, particularly, I babbled at both ends of the track, so I knew that wasn't going to be that great of a lap. Track temps up to 105. That's probably why.
Not my finest qualifying effort.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, me either. I bobbled at both ends of the track. Track temp's up to 105 now.
Yeah, I'm going to keep the track bar at 106. Race time, it's 1 o'clock, but they have it at 2x acceleration. Figure 2-hour race, so iRacing around 3 o'clock decides that it gets cooler for some reason. So I think it'll feel good at the beginning, get a little bit loose, and then it'll feel good again as the temperature comes back down.
Yeah, 10-4. I mean, at 2x, that means that we'll be finishing around 5 p.m. No, never mind. Yeah. About a 2-hour race, but it'll be 4 hours in game time.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, I think we're about right on that.
And if you want to go really aggressive,
15 seconds.
bar.
So we got 5 sets in the pits. That's 35 laps a set.
All right, track is closed. If you haven't completed your lap, don't cross the start-finish line or else you'll receive an EOL. We've got 11 qualifiers tonight. So congratulations to Cody on the pole on his return back after a week off. Smaller field than usual, obviously. 6 drivers are suspended tonight. So you are the lucky few that have not been suspended. So I appreciate all of you being here tonight. Hope we're going to have a good time. I hope we're going to get some green flag runs in and get a green flag pit stop in for the first time ever in this series. That'd be fantastic.
That would be great.
You guys know the deal. There's a couple of maybe newer drivers. So on the initial start and all restarts, the leader has control. Wave rounds are turned on, as are lucky dogs, just so that people have some sort of way to get their lap back. Corey, I got you. And don't change lanes until the start-finish line. So just ride behind somebody. If somebody misses a shift and you have to take evasive action, you're allowed to do that. But iRacing is in control of all black flags, and we do not clear any black flags with the exception of a driver that goes through the grass or through pit road to avoid or as part of an incident will have that cleared. Other than that, everything's controlled by iRacing. I do reserve the right to throw a yellow if I'm aware of something insane that happened that should have been a yellow. That happened last week. I don't want to make that a habit, but that was a pretty big incident. There were 3 cars spinning on the track, so I felt like I had to make a decision. So, other than that, you guys know the deal. 5 tire changes tonight should be plenty. Should average out to a little less than 30 laps. Again, maybe a little on the safe side, but I didn't want to, maybe the first half of the season be a little cautious with it. Second half, seeing how things are going, I might crack down on the tire changes. But that's what we've got tonight. Hope you guys have some fun. Let's stay green and enjoy the race.
Let's do this thing. We got 3 minutes until race. We can go back and watch that. I'll actually go back and we'll just put on some of the practice laps here. Just watch that while we're hanging out. I can actually pull up on my end here. I can take a look.
You got a copy?
That's a solid copy there. Yeah, I am 7th in points actually right now. But, a bunch of us are pretty close. So, with a good race tonight, I could easily move up into the top 5 potentially. And honestly, 5 South this week on suspension, so should be passing him. But the bad news of that is I'm going to miss next week and maybe the week after that, so we'll see. Hey, Mr. Riga, how you doing? Definitely missing the week after next. Maybe missing next week's race as well. So that'll put us back a bit. But this is all just for fun right now anyway. Might make a serious run at something in the fall season. But for tonight, hoping to have a good, clean race. R2 over here is waving the checker flag right now for the end of qualifying. iRacing iFlag.com, promo code STheodore if you want to get your own iRacing iFlag. Also, the digital pit box is down here. I'm going to raise my hand. Down here. Off camera. But I've got a YouTube video if you want to check that out. That's great for helping to calculate fuel mileage and stuff. Put that right in your view, so you just have to look down and see how you're doing on fuel mileage. Helps a lot in those kind of races. But yeah, link in the description below, along with the promo code, and then !iFlag in my Twitch channel chat. We'll get you both of those as well. Let's get to it. Grid up. Starting 7th.
All right, fellas, nice and smooth here today. Let's go out and have ourselves some fun.
Good luck, everybody.
Be on the inside. The road's closed.
All right. On grid, gonna do the pledge as is tradition on this channel. I pledge to be a good sport whether I win or lose, to know that people online are real people and my words have real impact, to set a positive example with my behavior, to speak up against discrimination, hate speech, harassment, and abuse, to show integrity by honoring the rules of my opponents and my teammates, to stop, listen, and reassess if I'm told that my words or actions are harmful, and to respect others even if their sincere opinions are different from my own. Exclamation mark GLHF in my Twitch channel chat. Link in the description below the video if you're watching on YouTube. Go ahead and click that. Take the pledge yourself. You get a cool badge next to your name in Twitch. Be a part of making online gaming a better and more pleasant experience for everyone else. Nathan running a Ford Thunderbird tonight. We found out in practice, by the way, that these cars are different. Yes, you did. I see you're in the T-Bird tonight as well. So yeah, we found out practicing that the Monte Carlo and the Thunderbird are not the same.
Additional sets of tires, but it's right. Be smooth and have a good run.
You know, in the interest of only having one setup to worry about, Nate's
Am I
switched over to the
interrupting the
Ford.
pledge? Am I interrupting the pledge?
No, we already got that done, man. Let's have a good, clean race tonight, guys.
Team 4.
No whammies. Todd made a big deal about it being a smaller field, but it looks like we still got like 24 guys in here, so that's still a pretty good size field, but maybe, you know, with bigger track and a little smaller field size, we'll have some long runs tonight.
Yeah, I'm just nervous. The lead set, just like our set here, so be careful. First lap, too, we're going to be real loose. I bet someone's going to lose it.
Yep. Just hope it's behind us. KB, how you doing? Welcome. Also, shout out, I see Thomas Jefferson has followed the channel. Not often you get a dead president following you on Twitch, so that's pretty cool.
Slide back in your seat there, man. Give those belts a good tug. Double check your steering wheel. Get a good look at your switches. Get ready to go here, buddy. Space cars off. Be ready. Have Big Daddy. Show him how to do it. Green flag.
Mike, come on down.
Corey, I've totally forgot to give you your EOL, so just hang in there. Okay, it's fine.
So yeah, the inside line got going better than the outside on that one. Cody Dutton out to the lead early. And his brother Cole in second. Then Spencer Prete, that's a new name to me, in third. And then Nathan and Mike, fourth and fifth, and I'm running sixth right now. And Spencer's making it a battle for second, trying to go by Cole on the outside. That might work here, actually. We do have progressive banking here at Atlanta, and he does. He makes the pass on the outside, so he'll be second. Looks like I got a few guys that might be gaining on me a little bit here early. Just trying to be smooth with it, take care of the tires. Long race. And Spencer goes for the lead and gets it. Already got one who's disconnected. Oh no. Mike got into Nate. That's not what you want to see out of teammates. That'll move us up to 5th. Looks like everyone's all right from that. That was Harry.
Stay there.
Got Carlos Fonseca right behind us here.
Very nice work, my man. That's 5th place.
Looks like I got a pretty hungry pack behind me, actually. Not getting off the corner the way that I need to.
Inside. Still inside. Still there. Clear.
So he'll clear me. Hopefully the set comes to us as the tires wear, though. Been a little bit conservative here early in the run. Still feeling her out.
Inside, inside, inside. Still there. Still inside. Still inside, even up.
A few of these guys who didn't qualify are pretty quick early on here.
Still there. Still there.
Either didn't qualify or didn't get a time set. They may have had their time disallowed.
Still there. Still inside. Clear, clear, clear. Inside. Still there on the bottom. Still there at the bottom.
I'm getting eaten up.
Still there. Still there on the
Trying to
bottom.
find a spot in line to
Clear.
fall in and
Good
so I
job.
can ride. Go right by Nathan. He does have a little bit of rear damage from that contact with Mike. Which means that Mike might have a little bit of front damage. These cars are pretty durable, though. That shouldn't hurt either of them too bad at all. Cost Nate a little track position, but he'll be all right. Should be able to work back through. So we fell back to 11th after running as high as 5th. Seem to be a bit better now, though. That's what we were hoping for. Overcooked his entry a little bit. Went a little wide.
He's there outside. Still there on your quarter outside. Still there.
And we got the spot. You really got to work to get a spot in these cars. You got to, it's a battle for position. And you got to respect that, you know, both of the cars, you can't really make super sudden movements. You got to set passes up. It's a lot of fun. Just love how these things drive. Is that Mike's all the way up to second now?
Nice, smooth, doing great.
That's good to see. He is driving towards the front for sure. We're back up to 10th after falling to 11th. And our, you know, we're rolling a little bit better now than we were earlier. Took our time, waited on the tires, a little bit of patience. Tires have come to us now. Sets come to us. Some of these guys ought to start coming back. Nice to catch the back of these guys before Todd gets back in line there. But if not, it's all right. We'll just have to run them down and pass them the normal way. Looks like Cole Dutton's really falling back. Carlos Fonseca's moving up. I don't think he set a qualifying time, so he's come from the back, I believe. He's a sim racing Chewy side on YouTube. I don't know if he still posts his lap tutorials or not, but that's a good channel to check out if you get a chance to. All right, so 18 laps in. Got a nice run to start this race. Had to feather it a little bit coming off the corner there. Mike is hunting that lead. It'd be great if he got the win tonight. I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to win, but if I can't win, I want to see Mike or Nate get it.
Anyone have a copy?
I copied that.
Yeah, I got you. Uh-oh, Nate
Are you
just
back?
he just blinked out, Mike.
He just blinked out. I think he's having internet issues.
I think we lost him.
Fuck.
Go get that leader, man. Yeah, Nate's been gone for a full lap now.
Outside. You're clear, clear.
That was the wrong way to try to approach that pass.
Inside.
Yep.
Still there at your door.
That was
inside.
weird. He didn't blink at all.
Clear if you need it.
Must
Gotta
have
set
been
him up
storm going through or something.
properly. He's back. He'll just be a couple laps down.
If we get a caution, I'll wave him back around until he's 1 lap down. Then we'll look.
Outside. Still outside.
There we go.
Clear.
Appreciate that. That was pretty sloppy. I just couldn't pick a good lane around him. Need to do better at setting up my passes. Those 2 attempts were not good. Looks like Cody's setup is falling apart too. They were fast early. Mike's got the lead up there. Now, when Nate comes out of the pits, he's going to be fast because I think they're going to...
Got through-footed.
Yeah, Nathan, if we get a caution, you get waved around to 1 lap down.
Could be setup, could be tires. Yeah, it's a little bit of both. But whatever it is, they're... Both of them are... were fast early and then have really faded as the run's gone on.
Outside. Still out there. Clear outside.
Got that pass. Should be able to get Katey on the back straight here.
Outside. Clear up top. Outside. Still outside.
How's it going, JT?
I'm doing all right.
Still there.
It's definitely coming to me as the... Oh, boy. Katey just lost it. Yeah, the set's coming to me as the run's gone on for sure. I'm in 6th now. Everyone else is falling back, though, it seems like.
I'm pitting here.
That is early to pit, in my opinion.
Simple. God bless the first pit stops.
Yeah, it looked, yeah, she alt F4'd. I think it was going to be bad. So, alt F4 means no caution, saves the car. But that she'll probably call it a night after that. Thing was looking pretty evil. Just try to get into a rhythm now and see if I can run any of these guys down and get into the top 5.
That's in the one vehicle.
Thank you.
No problem.
Carlos Fonseca pitting.
Real nice work, my man. Just keep running your line.
I'm finishing this con.
Two guys in front of me seem to be matching Mike's lap times. They're just well back, so if I can gain on them, that would mean I'm also running competitive with the leader. I'm running a little bit slower right now. But guy in second place seems to have fallen apart all of a sudden. Yeah, that thing is just not quick for him anymore at all. Got a bunch of guys pitting. They'll be on fresh tires.
Inside.
Let him go to the inside.
Still inside. Clear. Outside. Clear. He needed.
That is that 39's handling. I think I'd be worried that if he's trying to run as long as we are, that he'll blow that right front before he
That was a good one, my man.
gets to
Good
his
one.
fuel
Keep it up.
number. Depends on what he's looking at. Two-stop race, you got to make it to about 54 or 55 laps a run. Yeah, 55.
I'm gonna pit, Jimbo. I'm gonna pit.
Careful, buddy. I think you'll find it makes a heck of a difference.
So, I mean, that's what we're shooting for. But only if the tires hold up.
Stay low. I'll pass you on the outside.
Last couple of laps were slow for me. We need to get back down at least into the 33, 6 or 7 range probably. I think I'm overdriving my entry. JW's pitting in.
Ready.
Todd's pitting. So they're on the 3-stop strat.
The right front went as I was going up the road.
How's your shot, brother? Go get him.
0%.
34's been in the wall.
No, just when you hit the brakes, it shot my car up when I hit my brakes.
Can we get 13 more laps out of it? That's the question. We haven't fallen apart as much as the guy who said he blew his right front did before he pitted there. Kind of running our own race right now. Mike's gone and left us. He's going to be, I think, fine to play whatever strategy he wants at this point. But we're in great shape to run second. Yeah, I think if we can, you know, stay on this kind of strategy and play it right. Just got to make the tires last another 10 laps.
I got a pit. My tires are shot.
Inside.
Yeah.
Clear. Clear. Inside. Still there, quarter inside. You're clear. Leaders on pit road.
Well, that changes things. Let me know what your wear percentages are at.
Twenty 22%, so I was clipping them.
Well, if I can limp it around for another 8 laps, that'd be nice.
Let's knock out the laps now.
That's the first lap I've led all season. Changed my line a little bit to more of a Harvick style line, really take care of the tires.
Outside,
I thought
outside.
you were pitting.
Still outside.
Nah, I'm Harvicking.
Clear, clear, clear. Outside. Clear, clear. Outside.
Nah, I'm
Still
too
there,
slow
door
now.
Outside.
Nah, I'm pitting
Clear
now.
high.
It's way too slow now. It's gonna go.
Thank you, James.
You bet, buddy.
Well, tried to do it as long as I could. At least got a lap lead.
Start looking for your sign.
We got to take better care of it if we wanted to go the whole way like that.
5, 4,
Get all the picture guys over here at the back of the
2,
pit box.
1.
Get those guys, coach. Get those guys over here.
Stop on the sign.
Right front was down. Yeah, I ran a flat.
go, go, go. Hard, 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 hard.
He blew a tire.
Yeah, my right front was a 0. Right rear was still at 68. I was way too hard on that thing in the early part of that run. I got to adjust that. I was charging the corners too much. All right.
Leaders on pit road.
Just get back after it. Hopefully use a whole lot less tire this time. I mean, if we could get 60 laps, like the right rear's got plenty. It's just that we were cooking the right front too much. So, just use a completely different strategy here.
Outside. Still outside. Clear.
Back to 10th.
That's it, my man. Every lap, get a little.
Mike's already retaken the lead. I probably should have pitted when he did. Long as these pit stops are, though, if you could save one, it'd be huge. So... just want to hear a lot less tire noise in the corners. That's how you save them. Penguin, how you doing? Just started school again. 10-4, man. In person or online? 24 seconds back of Mike right now. Nate lost connection again. He's just having issues.
Again.
Troubles for the points leader.
Yeah, that's bad. You guys aren't having those LA rolling brownouts, are you?
Nope.
He's pretty low here in the 3.
Duttons are pitting.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
I can't believe I only made it 44 laps. At the ESS, I made 55 easy.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, it really went. I think I got too caught up racing other folks when I should have just been focusing on saving. Trying to be more cautious this time, see if I can get something back. Penguin would like to remind everyone to please subscribe to me on YouTube. It does help. Every little bit, you know, YouTube viewership. Hopefully that bleeds over to Twitch viewership. Everything helps the channel out.
Inside. Still inside. Clear, we need it. Outside. All
So
clear.
yeah, those guys are on a 4-stop strategy. Right now we're on a 3-stop. If we can really stretch it, we can maybe make it a 2, but I don't think so. We lost a lot of time by running those extra couple laps longer than everyone else there. And losing the right front didn't help either. That really hurt our pit in.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
We're like 6 seconds away from getting lapped now, too.
Man, I just had a guy block me for 3 laps.
Number?
It was 57.
10-4. Keep an eye out for him.
Getting tight down there.
Hertzog.
I saw that.
That lap was a little bit quicker there. Means that I've got some good on these tires. Just got to keep running her nice and easy. Don't abuse the thing. Mike just showed up on my relative. He's 5.9 back. It's the leader. We're about to pass the 23 of Derek Love here. That'll put us back into 7th.
Yeah, I'm building much more this time. I can actually get loose on exit.
Good battle.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, let's just pretend still laying out here. It'll be a lot better.
Yeah, it was much easier in my tires at the start of this run. I don't know if I can push it far enough to make it a one-stop from here, or to make it the rest of the way from here.
Yeah, if I ran 60, I could one-stop it, but I don't think I can go that far.
Yeah, I just don't know.
That applies to 2 races, 43.
Outside. Still out there. Clear.
So that puts us up to 6th.
Race chat only,
Some
please.
folks are making their pit stops. We're still in the 33.7 range.
So as long as I'm running 4s and 5s, my tires are fine.
Yeah, it's 7s for me.
Yeah, if I get to a 7, that means I hit the first cliff, and I got about 3 laps to pit.
Sit in this time.
So that's like 90 laps to go, so they'd have to go 45. If we wanted to do
Figured that wasn't gonna work.
that same, we would go... Man, I don't know. If we try to push it and it doesn't work, we're really in a tight spot here.
Pit, man.
But we could be in a similarly tight spot if we pit and lose a lap and then the caution comes out. If we were to pit right now, we go another 45 and then we pit one more time. we know we can make that. But it probably boxes us out of a top 5.
Hey, Michael, you bored up there yet? You want some company?
Yeah, it would be a negative.
Outside. Still there. All clear.
Cody Smith's 11.8 up there.
Can you say over radio, no, Mike says he's fine. He's enjoying the solitude.
Outside.
That means I'd have to switch over to drivers.
All right, fair.
Yeah, felt like I grounded a little bit too much there.
I'm just not used to these buttons yet.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, Max says he's fine, just out for a Sunday drive, you know.
Keep making mistakes.
Me too.
Pitting.
See, I don't want to necessarily, man. Do I want to make 20 more laps is the thing. I don't think I do.
Hitting in the sun.
But if I pit now, I'm basically I'm stuck on a one more stop strategy, and I will be losing to those guys for sure. Still running 7s. I mean, that felt pretty good. That's not too bad on the tires.
That's it, my man. You're doing a great job.
But it's an 8.
What lap you didn't?
I mean, if I can make it 60, I'm going to do it, because that's kind of the strategy I'm boxed in on now.
You are past halfway.
I don't think I can make 60. Fast Logan, but
That's it, baby. Stay after it.
I probably can't either, but I'm going to shoot for it anyway.
you know, on my right front, it's starting to, it's not bad yet, but it's in the mail.
Yeah, I'm just trying to take the Harvick line and just turn the wheel as little as possible.
Outside. Still outside. Clear outside.
Thing is that all those guys who just pitted. They're so far in front of me. If I'm on the same strategy, the only way that I beat them is to do something different. Oh, I didn't see what happened behind me there. Mike is about to lap me here, which means that he'd be on a lap all to himself. Lap times have really slowed down. Still got a 33.8 that last time. Still running 33.8s. The reason I'm running those is, like, I could probably push the car and get more, but I'm trying to take care of the tires, so I'm deliberately running a little bit more conservatively just to try to save that right front. Absolutely, John the Pug. Glad I'm of a help to you in these troubling times. All right.
Me again, Margaret.
Well, there goes Mike. He's in great shape because he'll come out still with the leader close to it probably. He's positioned himself very well. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's great.
The road is closed. They could be lining up
I don't
behind
think
the
he was
0,
connected.
2. Alright, you're gonna have to come around the pace car.
We're leading.
Get behind the 0, 2.
Oh, that worked out.
I'm not counting anybody out. I would just look at that pretty close, kind of by himself in the middle of
We're
the
gonna
straightaway.
restart behind the 43.
10-4.
They could be lining up behind the 0, 2.
I don't know who brought out the caution.
So they were jacking up my car when the yellow came out.
You guys probably have to pass the pace car. Pay attention back there.
What were your right front at?
There is in the back.
The road is
It
open.
was at 27 again.
All right, we're gonna find out what mine was at. I know it's a one stopper from here. We won't be able to go the distance. It's weird that the pace car picked up. Oh, it picked up Mike. Because he was the leader.
Start looking for your sign. 5, 4,
Sorry.
3, 2, 1. Stop on the sign.
Spencer, where are you going?
Oh, that worked great. My right front's still at 67.
It just gave me a lucky dog or something.
Okay, well, oh, never mind. I'm sorry, go ahead. It was just weird because it looked like you got in the back of Michael there. It was just, I don't know. Forget it, but go ahead.
Go Mako, go Mako.
Well, yeah, I went to go high with the wave, and he went high. So then I was cranking the left, and he cranked the left, and yeah.
Guys, another thing just to be aware of, there's a lot of
All right.
people back here. Make sure your tires keep covered up. As you're unloading the tires, getting about the wall,
Yeah.
double check them lug nuts,
I
push them over
guarantee
real
the
well.
issue there was
You'll be lining up behind the
You know what?
23.
We could...
Just as a reminder,
You know, Mike, this is technically in fuel range.
not letting people know, iRacing needs to fix that ASAP.
I bet if I ran the Harvick line the whole way, I wouldn't have to pit the rest of the race.
That's unfortunate.
What was your rate going?
I guess.
67.
I was trying to make this interesting.
And I was pushing it a little bit harder maybe than I even needed to. I could probably go more conservative than that. But I'm also leading, so I might want to try to hold the lead and just run the same strategy that the other guys are doing.
I'm in 6th.
Yeah, it's because you got stuck on pit road, so the pace car picked you up, but you're the wave around car. Hopefully the wave arounds work. There are going to be a lot of them.
Man, if I had stayed out one more lap.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I caught up dicking around with my radio and all that other stuff. The buttons on this wheel really do kind of suck with no thumbstick.
Now that's a point in favor of the Fanatic then, because we know their buttons are good.
Just wave us around the post car.
Normally get everyone to go.
There should be a lot of wave arounds.
If it doesn't give wave rounds, anybody in front of the leader will manually do it.
Can't believe, man. I had something like a 30-second lead on, or 15-second lead on the second, and the caution comes out as soon as they jack my car up.
Lining up behind the 23.
It did. It's just.
Oh yeah, you were completely checked out. You're fast enough though, man. You're only going to have to pass like 5 of them to get back to the lead.
Yeah, it sucks and takes away an opportunity to pit.
Yeah, I could have made it a one-stopper, but I mean, now if we employ the same kind of strategy and just really commit to taking care of it,
had to roll with it.
We should be able to,
I see.
according to Caps at least, we should be able to make it to the end on fuel. So we might be able to, stretch the fuel mileage and get there.
I think I might have 5-6 lap pressure tires than everyone but, like, you.
So Fonseca, Dutton, and Hertzog, I think, were on pit road as well.
Well, at least we'll get waved around here.
Should be starting behind the 23.
But yeah, everyone else, I think you're better. No, I mean, actually, everyone in front of you is on freshies, so we're all even.
Everyone did on this lap with me?
There were a few guys who were still on the stay out strategy that hadn't pitted yet. They got their lap, or they got their lap back, and then there were the guys that were on the short pit strategy that played out for them too, because they were on the lead lap when the caution flew.
You mean a wave?
Not going, not going, not going.
So
Yeah, everybody that's in front of P1 a wave around.
That's the right call. That's how it should be.
Why?
Get behind the 23.
Because the rule in this league has been everybody in front of the leader gets the wave around, since it screws up the lineup otherwise.
Well, I would have been better off not getting the lucky dog, because now I gotta let all these people go.
Line up behind the safe car.
So we got to try to make it 69 laps on tires. Or if there's a wreck, we've still got 3 sets, so either way, we're in good shape on tires because of the way that we've been saving it. If there ends up
that you're on has
being a few cautions, we've got more sets than other people, so we can use those.
Lucky dog, stay where you're at, and we'll just wave your black flag.
Checking up in the line. Checking up in the line.
10-4.
I don't know what kind of tires Boyer's on. Same as
Cole,
most.
Cole, you're not allowed to take a wave around and then pit. That's part of the wave around rule.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know what the penalty's going to have to be for that. We'll just figure it out after the race. Because an EOL is not really sufficient because you're already back there, and that's a huge advantage you've got over the other
It's gonna be a dogfight, man.
wave around cars. So we'll figure it out after the race.
Yeah, I've been running for about a lot longer than y'all, and pit lane is open. I only have 23 on my right front, so.
Boss man, time to go to work.
Tell you what, pass through penalty. Pass through for the O2.
Nice.
That's the right call.
Making up rules as we go.
No.
Not gonna listen to it, Cody. Doing the best we can in a unique situation, man.
Inside.
I mean, I'm half a lap down. Not really an advantage. I'm on basically the same tires as everybody else.
Still there. Clear if you need it.
Can I get that black cleared, please? Second penalty at the end of the race.
So yeah, we're just gonna really take it easy on these tires. We've already lost the lead, so the whole idea of holding the track position that way, that's out the window. Our game is to, you know, take care of the tires, and if it goes green, we can make it on fuel, and we're the only one who could make it on tires.
Outside. Clear outside if you want it. Outside. Still outside on your quarter. Clear.
Just not using any right front with that line.
Working the bottom, inside. Still inside. Still inside. Clear.
Do you have a pit map?
Inside, quarter.
Sorry?
Still there. Clear.
Can we get a
Inside.
chat to work out when pit
Still there
optimal
at the
from
bottom.
yours?
Clear on the bottom.
Oh yeah. Where'd we restart? I'd say at about 35 to go, Mike. Chat, anyone able to tell us what the correct lap to pit in would be to split this run evenly in two? 45 to go. Yeah, 35. It's like a 70 lap run, Mike. .130 is what Chad's saying. Lap 130.
Thank you, chat.
I'm going to be running the Harvick line. I'm sure I make it the whole way. You've got the speed that I don't have, though, so you're on a different strategy.
I hope it works out for you and we bag second.
At 10-4, I mean, if we're with the split strategy like this, we're covered either way it goes. $60 to go. Nah, I'll be taking off after this, man.
What was that lap I put again?
130.
Inside. Still inside. Clear.
Yeah, I got work in the morning. Got to get to bed after this. Already down to a 33.7. Didn't really mean to block him there, but it checked up. Don't really want to be running that slow. Just want to be taking care of the right front. Taking her nice and easy.
Inside. Still there. Still inside. Still inside. Still inside. Clear.
It's dicey going through the double dog leg on the outside in these things. We also got to be, mindful that we don't lose too much time. If we want this to turn into a winning strategy, but a no stop versus a one stop, we should come out on top if we can pull it off. Really, I mean, the key is like I'm gonna just.
Now I hope these guys are pushing really hard. I ain't touching them like last time.
Not turning the wheel at all. Give it time. They could have made adjustments too. That was a good dig off the top there out of turn 2. Big part of this is like, I believe if I remember correctly with this tire model, Ariason's saying that the way that you treat your tires early has a pronounced effect on how they wear throughout the run. So the fact that I was really kind to him early on should help. That time I was able to run a 33.6. And back down to a 33.8. Just backing off early, making sure that we're easy into the corner. We're not grinding the right front.
'71, you're warping out real bad.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it's settled now.
Inside.
Appreciate that. Woohoo.
Clear inside.
Closer than what I wanted.
Yeah, you're right.
Thanks, man. Be 43 laps to go up here. I mean, we're pretty confident that I'm pretty confident that no one else running in front of us is going to be able to make their right front last 70 laps. Given what I'm having to do to make this work. I could be wrong on that, but I think they're all running harder than I am, and they're all going to be on the one-stop strategy. I don't think anyone's going to try to actually make this work. It's also like it's about It's within a lap on fuel, too. Whoa! 43 just lost an engine right in front of me. .43 just lost an engine right in front of me.
I don't know how many minutes left. So I'm pitting left 130.
Yeah, 10-4. Only 10 seconds behind the leaders right now. That's good for our strategy.
Good.
Look at the track count.
It's down to 107. Mark might be on the same strategy as us. Maybe think we should close the gap a little bit on him if we can. Craig Powder with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much, man. 3 months. Really appreciate you. Let's get some sub hype in chat. For those of you who are subs and have the sub hype emote, that's what it's there for. Or if you have sub hype emotes from other channels as well, just give them some hype. No need to overcomplicate it. It looks like Mark's losing his right front on exit there. That makes me feel better. Just got to keep that right front cool. These bias ply tires are really sensitive to heat. But if you keep the temps down, they won't melt. And if you don't grind them across the track, that helps both the wear and the temperature.
23 10.
Yeah.
I want to get up to him so I put a little pressure on him, though. But I don't want to overcook the right front. That's the balance. And the thing is it's really unknown. Never went this long in practice. I don't know for sure that we can even make the right front last this long. Oh, we got a spinner. But they disconnected. Or they towed. It was off the track. Who was that? Mike's in the pits. So it wasn't him.
I crashed.
Oh, that was you? Oh, no.
Keep it rolling, baby. Looking good.
That's what I get for these buttons really suck. I was trying to queue up all drivers to say pitting in. I barely brush the wall and it does that thing where it just like it shoots you out.
That sucks, man. So I don't know for sure, but the 57 might be trying to do the same thing I'm doing, but I don't think he's been as kind to his tires as I have.
Man. Good job. Solid.
That changes everything.
What happened to him?
I think he sped.
I'm pitting this
And
lap.
clear.
Quarter outside. Still out there, man. Well, you're doing fairly well, my man. Looking good. Clear high, clear high.
So we're gaining on him. But we got to make sure that we're doing that without killing our right front.
You got it, man. Come on. You got it. Good job.
I saved so much in the early part of this run. We got 30 to go. That was a 33.5. That's good.
Slow on top.
Oh no.
He's high, stay low. Caution, caution.
That wasn't what we needed.
Man, that's disappointing.
You like a protein shake or a bar or anything like that? Closed.
It is disappointing. And it was almost a disaster, yeah, because he rolled down right in front of us.
All right, we need to be behind the 57.
Well, that changes things. There are 4 on the lead lap right now. Cody, who just pitted, and then the others. So,
Okay.
I mean, now the other thing, though, is that when we pit and change tires here, we've still got 2 sets in the pits. I don't think we're going to be able to use them all. But that could come into play, too. But yeah, only 4 on the lead lap.
I think iRacing will handle the wave rounds by itself this time, because we don't have that whole issue with the 53, but just in case, if it doesn't wave us around, everybody in front of P1 will give a wave
Stop
round.
on the sign.
Todd's more confident than I am that it'll handle it right.
If you do get a wave around, you're not pit eligible. I didn't clarify that last time. Not your fault, Cole. It was a whole fucking catastrophe. Doing the best we can. We'll move on. But if you do get a wave around here from an admin, you're not eligible.
Go, 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 go. Come on, guys.
Go, 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 go.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be a dick or anything. I honestly just had not pitted yet and needed to pit, and it said open and, just pitted, so I wasn't trying to get an advantage or anything.
Right,
got him.
Looks like you're going to be lining up behind me.
Yeah, I know you weren't. Yeah. I know you weren't trying to get an advantage, but it is, it is an advantage. It was just a fucked up situation. Well, all good. Let's move on.
We got Cody in front of us on slightly older tires. Would have been nice to not see that caution. Our right front was at 73. We were going to be fine. Well, different strategy. Let's go try to win it the other way. Now Cody's pitting, so we're going to have the lead. And go try to keep it. Whole different ball game now. And we still got 2 sets that we can throw on there. Some of these guys are possibly on their last one.
What lap is the leader on? We're on 137.
Thanks, Mark.
I really didn't want to see that caution. Oh, Mike's out. That sucks, Mike, man. You had this thing. You were the fastest car out here tonight by far. That's a heartbreaker. I'm going to do my best to try to get this win for you.
And back to the whole wave round situation. That's the only thing I meant with my comment. It really wasn't clarified up front, so I don't like it when someone says they'll address a penalty after the race. Like they got to think about it and come up with a solution. You can't really enforce a penalty if it's not set up front. Just my opinion on racing in general, not just iRacing or leagues.
Line up behind the 34.
I mean, the only reason that he was able to do it is because he extended the caution a lap to give the waiver rounds. If he didn't have to do that, then there wouldn't have been a possibility of pitting anyway.
At the end of the day, here's the situation was screwed up by our racing. We had to do what we felt in the interest of fairness to the entire field was. Could have been communicated better. I'll take ownership of that. It was a screwed up situation. Sometimes an admin's going to have to make the best call that he or she can in the interest of fairness to everybody. That's what I was trying to accomplish. Maybe it didn't happen the best way it did. We'll just have to learn from it and move on.
34 is about to be in for a rude awakening. He's riding up there in those marbles. That's not going to make those tires happy on the restart.
Under real 87 rules, though, those cars should start behind the pace car in front of the leader. I don't know what your rule book says, but
The radio that you're on has
I agree. That's what we intended to do, but
so if there's something pertinent you need to tell us, try to do it on the front straightaway.
All these guys get waves.
You're on the outside. You're
All right, we're going to do the same thing. If you're waive round eligible, you're not allowed to pit.
All right, you're going to have to come around at 23.
Ignore that, JT. It's just JT.
Yeah, I'm going to stay behind the pace car. Just, well, if I restart behind the pace car, it should be fine as normal. You might have black flags to clear.
No go. Not going. Not going.
I'm just holding my position. It's tough when the league admin is in the race and having to try to admin while racing as well.
But that would be my vote going forward, is leave it the way iRacing's doing it, and that's true 87 rules.
Oh, man, be one to go. Alright, you're going to have to come around the pace car.
South flag, the delay.
34, I think, needs a wave.
Check that. Not one to go yet. I don't think we're going. Looking for some debris up here.
So since it's telling me to pass the pace car, this shouldn't mess anything up, but Todd, be ready for black flags just in case. I'm just going to restart right here, unless you want me to do something different.
No, you need to stay right there and let him clear it. That'll fix it.
He can't clear the waiver round that he's already awarded.
I know, you need to stay where you are, and after we go green, admin will have to clear black flags whoever gets them because of it.
Should be 10.
Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do. JT, just start where you're supposed to. And if it gives anybody a black flag, I'll clear it. If I have to pull over to handle this, I'll do it.
I need a waiver around, please. 23.
Oh, 1 to go.
Wait a minute. No, you're on the lead lap 23. Do not do that.
I was in front of John.
You've
You're lead lap right now.
yeah.
The pace car light up.
No, yeah. Everyone, I'm the car behind the pace car. Everyone who needed a wave got one.
Well, no, he still hasn't gave me that one.
23, did you ever get one?
No, I still need one.
I'm 61. I'm stuck right behind the pace car and had a red line.
66, I need you to come around me.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get black flag if I don't get it here.
Yeah, 41 is saying for me to let you by. I don't know why.
Reminds me of that North Wilkesboro.
All right, everybody, hold on. Everybody, just I know hold on.
Get a good
We're
drive
gonna take
pull on
one
that
more.
thing, get those tires cleaned off real well.
I'm going to take one more lap. I'm going to do the best I can. I've exited out and ended my race to try to clear this up. Everybody just hold on. We can't have 15 people talking.
Pace car's off. Be ready.
Taking the restart.
Pace car's off. Be ready. Coming around it. 66.
No go or what?
And new leader. Spin. Cards.
Alright.
Guys, I'm
You doing it,
really
bud?
freaking sorry. I'm really sorry. I hate this as much as everybody does, okay?
Lining up behind
I
the
was
pace
not
car.
live. All right, I was not live, so I thought I had more time, okay? If you have a black flag, let me know. Put your number in chat, and I'll clear your black flag. That's the first things first. Let me clear black flags. If you have a black flag, put your number in chat.
57, go back around me here, and black flags will be clear. There was a lot of confusion there.
I gotta let the pace car by.
Yeah, that screwed everything.
23 has black.
I would think 12, but I can't reach your keyboard.
Oh, there we go.
Here comes the pace
Pit
car.
road is open.
66 has black.
Anyone else?
My goodness.
Anybody else have a black flag?
21.
I don't know if they are. Been better on the long run. I mean, it does give me less time, but also, like...
Anyone else?
Well, actually, yeah, it gives me a lot less time that I have to defend for. But I'm on even tires, and I have not been strong on short run.
Starting behind the 61.
61 gets a lucky dog. That's fine.
Coming to be behind the 61.
So
I guess
he
we all can
goes
then.
up to...
So I guess
Being
that means
32
no one can
laps.
pit this caution either, since this is more or less an extension of the last one.
Not supposed to, but people did.
This is messed up. Defending against the Duttons is going to be tough.
If you want to pit, you can pit. That's all I can tell you. If you want to pit, you can pit. I'm trying to figure out a way to make sure this never happens. The reason we put the wave around in is because the wave around was causing lineup issues. Multiple leagues had reported, I talked about that with multiple admins, and they had told me that the wave arounds were causing issues, or having it off was causing lineup issues. It's probably caused, I'm not going to deny that it's caused more issues trying to fix it. So I'll. This
We're
going to
have about
again,
15
I'll
to
tell you
go.
that much if I have my way about it. I'm really sorry. I'm going to admit that this probably screwed multiple people tonight. All I can tell you is I'm sorry. We're just going to have to race through it. I've ended my race to pull over to try to figure this out, and that's the penalty I'm going to give myself. I'm going to lose 15 spots because of this. I'm sorry it happened. We've just got to move on. Whoever wins tonight, congratulations. We'll do better next week at Darlington. This is not going to happen again.
I mean, if you wanted to get back in it, I wouldn't be opposed to you waving yourself around.
Nope. I appreciate the offer, but I need to pull over and take control of this, so.
It's really tough to run race control while racing. It just is.
We'll do it again next week.
It's 10-4.
My car is just a piece of junk.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, those are the lap times we need, man. Keep digging.
So there's going to be 17 laps to go when we get the green here.
One to go. You're on the outside, my man. Hang it out.
I'm defining this as the outside line. I'm not going that high up in those marbles. Get that junk on my tires. No, sir.
You're in the right lane.
We are going green from here on out. Hopefully this shit works correctly. Good luck to everybody. That's all I can tell you.
Do not scuff up your tires too much. Be easy on your tires. All right, man. Pace car's off. Be ready. All right, boss man. Pace car's off. Be ready. Ready. Green, 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 green. Inside. Still there.
It's Dutton time. Here to go.
Still inside. Clear low. Inside. Still inside.
Gotta try to keep in contact with him.
Inside is clear.
I didn't get through 1 and 2 the way that I needed to. Oh no.
Reckoning 2, reckoning 2.
Inside. Clear low if you need it. Caution,
Dang it.
caution.
Sorry, man. Got loose in front of me. I couldn't check out.
Did you happen to get a look at your temps when you're on track right after that caution fell?
Nah, that's not your fault, man. That was on me.
Looks close. All right,
I lost it on my own.
The 61.
Dang it. There goes my 0X race, too.
Open. The road is open.
Oh, well, let's get tires and go back at it. Mike, give me an adjustment to tighten me up a little bit. Actually, nah, I should be fine. Up 2 pounds on the lefts.
Looks like you'll be lining up behind.
I'm just going 1.
Start looking for your sign.
Yeah.
Lucky dog coming high. Lucky dog coming
5,
high.
4, 3, 2, 1. Stop on the sign.
You got to bark.
The only thing that makes this not any better is the brace one.
Still got 1 set.
I'm gonna fully luckily we have a couple of events. Nim's obviously a member of the league, and I've got a decent relationship with Sam Roush. I'm gonna send him the replay file and ask him what's going on here. I think I have an idea of what we're gonna do going forward.
Colton from iRacing watching on YouTube.
Going forward.
Sorry, I thought I'd say hi. Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Screws it up, we're just gonna have to roll with it.
Thank you much. Glad you like the videos.
With all good intentions of trying to fix it, I think we made the situation worse, obviously. So, I'll send the replay into iRacing and ask for clarification on what.
We're not going to have many laps to try to get this done, but we'll see what we can do
to get the lineup correct from here on out. But if it is screwed up, we're just going to roll with it because, like I said, trying to fix it made it worse.
You have wave rounds turned on, it shouldn't matter which car, right?
Yes, wave rounds are turned on, but it wasn't giving wave rounds. What I think it was doing was what we actually wanted from the, if you remember back in the early 90s before the wave rounds, rule came into play. If you were in front of the leader on the lead lap, you just started on the outside line in front of the leader. That's actually what we wanted from the start of the league, because that was the 87 rule. But I was under the impression that iRacing could not do that. But for some reason, turning wave rounds on was giving us that as the rule, and I'm not sure why that is. But if that's the case, I might just leave that and then say, hey guys, if it does screw it up, we're just going to have to roll with it. I don't know.
I think it might have something to do with the single file lap cars to the inside. I think that might screw with the wave round part of it.
You're probably 100% right. But like I said, I'm going to send it to Nim. I'm going to send it to Sam Roush, see if they can give me some clarification and just say, this is what I'm trying to get. How do I get there? And go from there.
I would either keep it the way it is or turn off the Lucky Dog and line them up lap cars to the inside. But either that or leave Lucky Dog on and line everybody up single file lap cars at the back. That might actually fix it.
I said leave it like it is.
I actually think leaving it like it was tonight is actually kind of what I intended. But then, yeah, shit show. So, won't happen again. Will not happen again. Period.
I would vote for leaving it alone. That was going to be wild, trying to drive up through the lap car while racing for the lead.
I agree. Did we kind of have that first race? All those lap cars.
Oh man, we're not getting track position back either. We're gonna have no. Those lap cars should go up to the inside.
Yeah, I think with the wave rounds turned off, it just puts the lap cars that are in front of the leader on the outside lane. And then with it turned on, it puts all lap cars on the inside.
Let's see what happens here. As somebody just said in the Discord, if you guys wouldn't have wrecked to begin with, then we would have never had this problem.
Not right.
I would have preferred that. I was fixing to win by going to the end.
No, use a sitting duck.
I don't know how you figure that. I wasn't going to pit. If the caution had never come out, I was fine.
I don't know. I think the new tires might have got you. I don't know. They've been interesting. I'm kind of curious how that would have worked. It wouldn't have been fun with that right front hit 0.
My right,
around to 61. Come around to
my right
21.
front was at 76 when I pitted. I don't think it was going to be at 0 by the end.
My right front is at 30% after 28 laps. That's why I was pitting so early.
All right, well, let's try to get back what we can. We got 10 laps to get something going here.
Just for the record, every yellow except for the last one was a single car incident. So everybody's done good tonight.
Yeah.
Do not scuff up your tires too much. Be easy on your tires.
I don't know why they're up in the marbles. I don't want that stuff on my tires.
Boss man, go do your thing. Pace car's off. Be ready. Be ready. Green flag.
All right, let's try to get going here.
10 laps to go.
Not a great lap 1. Come on. Give me something, car. Give me something. See if we can at least get a couple spots back. We're in 9th right now. Oh, they reckon. He saved it.
Good save up there.
That was a good save. 8 to go. Oh, he got the wall. Woo! Wheeling this thing. '39's driving to the front. I was better on the short run. I could have been doing what he's doing. 57 sideways.
Outside. Still outside. Still outside. Clear outside.
Oh, the 23 just jumped sideways there. That killed his momentum coming off 4. We're going to have another spot.
Outside. 5 laps to go. Still outside. Still there outside.
Right down on my door.
Still there. Clear outside.
All right. 5 to go. We're up to 6th.
You got it, Neil.
They're racing hard for the lead up there. 4 laps to go. Oh, Cody tried to close the door there for the lead. Them fighting up there is the best thing I could possibly see.
2 laps to go, 2 laps to go.
Only 2 to go, though.
Outside. Door outside.
We're up to 5th, last lap.
White flag. 1 more lap. Still outside.
Somehow Cody Dutton's managed to hold on to that lead. Oh, he got bumped. There was contact there in the middle of 1 and 2. 39's in the wall. We got a head of steam coming. We're going to come home with our first top 5 of the season. Would have been nice if we could gotten more. Oh well.
Man, that was fun.
That was a heck of a race. You guys had a heck of a battle up there for the win.
That was good. Shit show getting there, but that was some of the most fun just watching that. That was spectacular stuff for the last 10 laps.
All right.
That stuff up front. So good win, Cody.
I appreciate it, man. It's everything I had.
KB takes a huge lead in the leaderboard there.
I had fun, even though my car was a piece of junk.
Yeah, good win. You were one stubborn son of a bitch, I tell you what. I'm harder to pass than a kidney.
He would not let you by.
I think I maybe could have had something off the top, off 2, but it just kind of hooked us really weird there, and I got stuck in the wall.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have loved to have seen what happened if I didn't spin out
I
there.
laid the spoiler all the way down and didn't take any gas for like 7 to go, and it was just fast enough to hold
Replay
on.
the first caution? Yeah.
All right, guys, that was fun watching that at the end. I apologize. I'm going to say a lot of it wasn't my fault, but I probably could have made some better decisions there in that whole crazy situation.
Let's go review the cautions.
It won't happen again next week. I'm going to get
That's a good point, say for us.
And I think what we're just going to say is next week, going forward, whatever the lineup iRacing gives us, we're just going to have to roll with it. It's what we're going to probably do. So I apologize for all that, but it was still a hell of a finish there, so that was fun.
Spencer JW and the Duttons beat me.
Next week. So
I don't know if I'm going to be able to make Darlington or not. We'll see.
So see you guys then.
First caution was where? It was here, lap 89. .43. Oh, this is what we were talking about. He gets the wall going through the dog leg, and that is, it's tough. So yeah, I don't think that that's suspicious looking, really. He just got the wall. Unless there was something else earlier. No. Let's see. Caution number 2. Which we really didn't want to see, was this one. .21. Basically the same thing. No, he didn't get the wall. He just got loose on entry into turn 1, loses it, slides up, and then drives down the track, and we almost get caught up in that, actually. And then we go back to green, and I messed this up here all on my own, running third. I don't know if I would have had something for him on the long run, but I bobble, I get loose, and then I'm going around. I mean, I went around on my own there. Nothing that the 39 did. Oh well.
Todd, you still there?
I am.
Clarify that incident count rule for me real quick, just briefly.
Sure. So if you have a 0x race, you get a caution taken off of your totals. You can only go down to -1, so you can bank 1 caution. So like if you're at 0 cautions for the season and you get a 0x race, you get down to -1. If you reach 2, you get a 1 race suspension. Then if you get to 4, or maybe it's 5, I can't remember, you get a 3 race suspension, and then it goes on from there.
Okay, you're talking about just cautions, not incidents. Like, I hit that grass on the front straightaway out of 4 3 times tonight.
Yeah, just cautions. Incident counts doesn't matter except for the clean driver award. And I don't think you really have to worry about it, no offense. Like, because you have to finish on the lead lap to get any points for it anyway.
Yeah, so we'll do that one, and we'll do
Yeah,
a spoiler-free cover
here.
here.
I had, I lost.
That actually looks pretty
on
dope.
lap 2 or 3. There was a couple in front of me got mixed up, and I kind of tried to avoid it, and I got to slide, and I couldn't keep out of that inside wall, and that was 2. And then the rest of the night,
Oh,
I
that's
hit that
cool.
patch of grass.
That's
Most
got
of the time
Cody
it
right
didn't give me
there.
an incident. 3 times it give me a 1, so I had 5. So I was starting to kind of worry, you know.
That looks really cool.
Yeah, no big deal.
So that'll be the cover.
Oh yeah, that's good, man. That's good. Appreciate that. I was just didn't understand it for sure. Thanks a lot, man. Enjoy it.
That's just disappointing, though. I mean, had a shot at winning one. I made some mistakes, and it just wasn't good enough on the short run. I never got comfortable on that opening couple laps, but I just lost it on my own
I stayed
there.
out of Richmond.
So, and that's going to be the first caution credited to us for the season. That one was definitely on me. So, but yeah, first top 5 of the season. Led 22 laps as well, so we'll get some bonus points for that. Whew. All right. Well, that was a fun race. I do like this league. I'm enjoying it. Really disappointing for both Mike and Nate that they had their issues. But congrats to Cody on the win. Well done on his part. I want to thank y'all for watching. Really appreciate y'all. If you like the video, please do click that like button, hit subscribe, head over to twitch.tv/John_A_Theodore. Click the art to give me a follow. Thank you very much. Peace out.